Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Aurelia here. Today I wanted to make a new video and start a new series which I'm going to call Planet Realism. The main objective of this new series will be to inform players on how they can make a more realistic coaster, and not just coaster but park overall. So this won't be all just relating to kind of coaster smoothness or supports or anything like that. I'll go into more scenery detail on a way to make a coaster look like a modern realistic ride that you might find in a park, like Kings Island, Cedar Point stuff. So for the first video, I thought I should start off with supports. Supports is a big deal to me in this game when I want to make something realistic. The supports that come default can be very clunky. They're not very realistic look, and so we can use art pieces and other methods to try to create a more realistic support system. And I want to make this clear from the start of this series called Planet Realism that in no way am I bashing anyone that doesn't want to make their coasters realistic. That's the great thing about this game, is you're allowed to do whatever you want. So if you don't want to do realistic things with your coasters, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just my preference of playing the game, and I know that there's others out there and it's their preference of playing the game, and inform those people, or maybe inform the people that want to try to make more realistic coasters but aren't really sure because they're not really big into coasters, but they just want something that looks realistic. So that's just to inform those people. But if you don't like doing realistic things, do your own. That's the great thing about it. So we'll go ahead and jump right on into it. Right here I have what we'll be building today. I have a round tube, and we made a custom flange for it, and then I have a nice footer right here. Alright, so to begin with, if you don't want to do the flanges, you don't have to. You can just use just the right here instead. You don't have to use the flange. And I'm going to be posting a Steam Workshop link of this all right here. So if you don't want to follow along and make your own, you don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to put a link to it. I just thought I'd inform people on how I did it. In case they want to change something around, make something look better the way they want to. Alright, so to begin with, what we're going to do is go into the building tab at the bottom. Go ahead and type in wooden post. You're just going to go ahead and grab the 1 meter. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new building. So what you're going to want to do is, since the reason I'm using the building and the wooden post is because I can copy and paste stuff. For scenery objects that aren't in a building, you can't copy and paste multiple. So for example, say I put down a cylinder. I can copy it and move it up. I can't select both of these at the same time, move them, and that becomes a big hassle and a waste of time. Really, especially if you're using the flanges, unless you want to recreate that thing step by step every single time, it's not gonna work out that well. So please use a building. It'll make your life a lot easier. We'll go into edit building, and for most of my rides I'm using the smallest art shape piece as possible. Some people will say that it's not big enough, but usually the way I look at it, and I have just this pre-built and one support here and stuff. The reason I'm doing this is, if you look, the smallest tube is basically the width of the spine. And if you look at an actual ride, an actual being ride, you'll see that that is also. And then a lot of these methods you can apply and use. I have another ride that I've created that has box supports, not just similar things. And you can apply all these methods to supports too. So first, what I'm going to do, and for this tutorial, I'm going to grab the smallest size tube. If you want to use the bigger size tube, just follow along. Just do the exact same thing I do. You'll just be using a bigger shape. So I'm going to grab this circle one, which is extra small, and make sure over here in the bottom right, make sure you have position snap on so it snaps right to the middle top of that. And so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a flange that looks just like this. I'm going to go ahead and place my circle in here, and I'm going to recolor it just because I don't like looking at that. I'm just going to make it this dark gray. This. And what we're going to do is select it, pressing Control X, you will duplicate and have advanced move. And so for the flange, we want it to be slightly bigger than the circle because the circle is going to represent our support. So as you can see over here, we need this to stick out a little bit so we can put up the bolts. So just using this, move it out, just not too much, about that far is what it'll do. Just make sure that a little out, and then you can fit something. I'm going to do that for this, and then from there, what we're going to do, holding Control, click the one post and click on the circle that's on the side, and then press holding Control, press D, then press Z twice. And the new post that you created, you can delete. We don't need it. And then what you're going to do is select both of these and select multiple objects. You know is Control. Then what I'm going to do is press Control X, and then that will duplicate both of those and go to advanced move. Make sure you have the angle snap on. You don't have to. It'll make probably a better looking circle, but I like the angle snap because with 15 degrees it. So we have angle snap on. Press X to get to the 3 different axes. Rotate. I'm just going to put once, build it, once again build it. I'm going to do this all the way around for 180 degrees. What this does is it creates a bigger circle for it, because it's rotating around this center wood. One more. Now you can see that we've created a little bigger circle than this right here. And so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put up somewhere like this. I'm going to grab cylinder 1 extra small, angle snap it on here. I'm going to press Control X and I'm up here, and I'm going to do this again down. So I'm basically creating like what I have over here. Now the way I get the bolts, which I think I could have made the edge a little bigger. I think we should be fine in space though. But the way to get the little bolts, like I have there, in scenery, you'll find something called snowman pipe. Go ahead and take this, just put it up here, and then what I'm going to do is rotate it just a little bit, and not too much. And either rotate it enough so that it's not sticking. That's sticking out. It is. Or see, that looks pretty good. So I like it. Now we're going to do what we did similar earlier. There you go. Now that looks fine. So I'm going to select both the pipe that I've made. I'm going to select the one post, press Control D, press Z twice, and now I have a snowman's pipe that is there. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do this one in Control, like that one as well. Press Control X, and then for these, I don't like doing 15 because it looks like there's too many bolts, so I do 30. 30, 30, I'm just gonna do this all the way around. As you can see, now I created this. And the way to get it to the other way, select all. Double check as you go around. Now I can see I have all of them selected. I'm going to press Control X. What I'm going to do is I'll put angle snap on 45. I'm going to rotate them 180 degrees. Then I'm just going to move straight up. So, and by doing this, I now mirrored it into the top part. Double check, make sure, and then basically that's it for that. Now I'm going to make a second one post, just so I can have my footer on a entirely different thing. Now when I make the footer, it's up to you. This one that I'll be creating a little more realistic, but if you just want to do a simple, I think it's called cuboid is what the art piece is. Simple, yeah, cuboid like this, and then put some bolts on it. That's perfectly fine. Sorry, you create a simple cuboid like this, and then you can put bolts around it, or it will just go straight down in the middle of it. So, I'm going to show you how you can do something on one right here. So what I'm going to do is take a circle like this, and we're going to do what we did before. Control X, put out. Since it's sport, we're going to need a lot more room on the outside, so I'm going to go further out than do so. Select both of those, Control D, press D twice. I delete this one post. If you leave the one post, it doesn't matter because it won't matter in the future. Select both the outside ones, press Control X. Make sure you have that on 15. Or you can not have it on 15 if you want, and move it, manually 5 degrees each time if you want better looking. That straight up, adding the base of the footer, which will be a cylinder this, and now this will be the base. Most of this will be plain on the ground. Like if I go to this building and I look at that, see most of the ground. So now that I have this, if you want to make this, you look at a lot of supports. You'll see that the footers have this small little gap there, and you can see the bolts. That's just the way most footers are placed. If you want to do something like that, select this top part. I can select the building. Select the top part, move it up just the slightest bit. So you have this. And then for the bolts part, go into scenery. It's electric cable. It's going to be on electric cable 3, the 4 meter, not piece that's straight, and we'll go ahead and rotate that. So now what we'll do is you don't need the bolts to be all around in this one. Usually are the best way to have like 3 on this side or have 4. Like you can see this one I did 4 gaps, something like that. They're not always all down. We're just going to place that about right there, and what I'm going to do is selecting post again, this, Control D, press D twice. I keep that one post. Both of these, I'm going to do this, that. I use 45-degree angle snap. I have this. What I can do is selecting all of this. I'm going to press Control X and move. Now, once I place it on the ground, pretty nice. support right there in the middle, and it'll look great. And now we're going to move on to actually putting on the coaster. I would love to do the track connectors, but with the scenery piece we have, it is, so I'm not going to do that. And also for the people that want like a bigger tube, you don't want the neck size up, what you can do is similar to how I did the circle, just use the 2-piece instead and just rotate it, and then you get like a little bigger tube. That's what you're wanting, right? The only downside to a lot of this is it's going to use a lot of pieces, and so if you plan on doing a blueprint, unless the ride's really small and you're not using flanges, probably won't be able to get it under 4,000 pieces, and most likely will have to be a work file. That's the only downside of this, but I think it's worth the realism. So what I'm going to do, when I put together a support myself, I'm going to copy this entire thing using Control X. Didn't mean to do that. Control X. I'm gonna move it. And I'm just gonna build a support right here because I like it. So what I do is just line it up with the track, and then so let's say on the support I want to have it like how this one has a beam that's going out that direction. Let's say I want to do that. I need to have either this red or the blue one align like perpendicular with the track. So turning off angle snap, I can kind of move a little bit until I find something like a bit more. And to me that looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I'm not gonna take it for a replay. So what I like to do is move it to the track, and it's gonna be close to this one, but I just ignore this support. What I'll do is I'll drag this up, try to center it best with the track as I can. Like I said, without track connectors, you just kind of fortunately like shove the support into the track. It doesn't look, but we don't have the most options. Try to hide it so that it's very. Oh, Garrett, it's probably gonna. Okay, there we go. Got the perfect one. Here's what I'll do is flange. Let's say it'll maybe be around there. So I'll move this entire thing straight down, and I'll just place it here. And then from here, I'll start building up and down. Usually, I'll place like 2 or 3 of these pieces. I can select multiple of them to save time, up and down. To save pieces, I just try to limit as possible. Blueprint, if you're doing, or the part file can be bigger, and all the objects possibly cause a lag. These go. Now I want to create kind of this slanted beam off to the side. What I'll do, I'll grab the flange and below and above it, but selecting it like that. I will press X. Fix it. How I aligned it earlier, it should automatically if I don't save. So usually what you would do is since I lined it up so it's horizontal earlier, I can just go like this, like that, and from there just kind of, or you can do it like this one, this way if you want, order it along. So I'm gonna try my best to align this right here. See, that looks pretty good. It's not perfect, and then what I'm gonna do, put it off like this, put it into place wherever I want it. It starts here and goes down to the ground. So I'm going to put this about where I think it should go. Remember, the point of flanges is to extend the beams, because the companies like B&M aren't going to give you these steel beams that are 200 feet long to go up to a 200 foot tall track. It's going to come with multiple pieces, and these flanges are there to bolt in long tubes together. So some, like for example, this support, I only got one there. Let's say you have a support that's supposed to be 300 feet tall, you might need 2, 3, or 4 of those. Keep that in mind. And for supports that are like really low to the ground, like this one, you don't need, because it's going to come with that. And for the angled, not horizontal, angled beams, you can't select multiple. Like if I try to select multiple, it does. You can try to do this. It's just I don't personally like having to try to perfectly line it up every time. So I just select it, copy, paste as so. And yeah, for when you have bigger supports, the doing like this beam always sucks because it takes a little. Place it down around. So and now we have the beam done. We have our nice looking flange right there on both sides. And the next thing to grab is our footer, which is right here. Go ahead and copy that. You just drag it on over here. Try to center it as best as you. And to me that looks pretty good, so I'm gonna leave. Now with this one, since it's angled, we're gonna want to turn this a little bit so that like where these gaps are in the bolts is facing up where this comes. Place it, because whenever it's angled like this, it's not just gonna perfectly fit in the middle. So something like that. That bolt's a little in there, but probably the best we can get it. And usually what you'll do, this part, last beam might be sticky. Grab it up just a little bit, and then that looks pretty good. And we have that little gap there. Like I said, that's just a realism thing. You'll find all supports. And there we go. We have a nice looking support. This for the ride. So that's going to be the end of the video. I went over a lot in this video, so if you do have any questions, please leave a comment below. I tried to go through it a little fast so that we could keep the link down, but if I did miss anything or you're confused about anything, go ahead and let me know. Like I said, I'll post a workshop link for these supports that I made, so feel free, if you don't want to create your own, just use these. I have no problem with it. The thing here for me is trying to get other people to build rides kind of like this, and you get more people into the realism that you can honestly do if you take the time and effort and plan a coaster. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe. I'm going to try to do a lot more streaming on Twitch. With school lately, it's been harder to stream, unlike the summer. Streaming in the summer was pretty easy, but whenever I do get the time, I do try to stream. So if you do want to follow me, I'll have the link in my description over there. Follow me, and you might catch me and watch some of the stuff live if you want. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you were able to learn something.